Today's lesson I titled Watch Your Seeds. I will start with a poem that Dr. Greg sent when we are discussing this lesson. It's entitled Seeds. In every heart a seed does rest, a spark divine, we are so blessed. Gifts and dreams, quiet, unseen, await the care to grow, to gleam. From cosmic dust to earthly form, within us all, these seeds are born. With love and intent, let's water these. Our talents, hopes, and inner peace. With each thought, let's plant a seed. With each act, let's do a deed that nurtures all these seeds of ours till they bloom forth like stars. So let us start with minds so keen to grow the beauty that's unseen, and watch the seeds with patience grand unfold. Population of more than 60,000. And watch the seeds with patience grand unfold in the palm of our hand. A beautiful poem. I like the part it says to grow the beauty that's unseen. We have this beauty, each and every one of us. We have this beauty within. And that's what we gather each time to learn how to activate it. That beauty is so much power, it's so much love, it's so much unity. It's everything. Everything divine is within us. And we learn each time to, we gather each time to learn about this beauty within us and learn how to activate it for our own use. So I start with a little insight, meaning into seeds. Seed. A seed is the beginning or the birth of something significant. It often starts or represents something latent. What is latent? Something existing in hidden or dormant form. We always talk about latent or potential energy, just energy at rest. We have this thing within us. It's a power of life that, when nurtured properly, can blossom into full realization. That's what a seed is. And we all have these seeds within us. It's an ability that we have been created with. It's in your DNA. We all have it, waiting activation. Our gifts, our talents, our thoughts, our intentions, our dreams are all different forms of seeds. So don't take them for granted. Those thoughts that come through you, your talents, somewhere in the scriptures it says the talents, your gifts will make ways for you. They are seeds. And we also know through our classes that we are a spark of the divine. So everything in us, those seeds, those thoughts, they have divinity, the divine flowing through it. If you're a spark of the divine, your thoughts are divine. Your intentions are divine. It's an amazing thing to realize that you are and I am a spark of the divine. And most people, when we practice this teaching, learn that we are one with this source. You're not just a spark of the divine because maybe something happened to you, you had an encounter, an epiphany, and you start being a spark of the divine. It's something you have been created with. It's part of your DNA. It's an inherent potential and essence that originates from source, God, the universe. So don't think less of yourself. We have talents, we have our giftings, your intentions, your thoughts. They're all powerful instruments, powerful suites that to bring us from good, move us from good to greater good when harnessed. We often say we live, we move, we have our being in this divine substance. So everything about you, your seeds, the totality of who you are is divine. So we want to start paying attention to those seeds in whichever form they manifest, in thoughts, in dreams. Anyway, the thoughts come in, that you just go through your mind, there are seeds. So our thoughts, our intentions, and actions have the capability to mirror the limitless creativity and goodness of the divine. A very strong one. And what it's saying is that whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are doing, you have that thing within you to exactly be divine. Because you're divine being having terrestrial experience. We can mirror those limitless potentials. Nothing can hinder you. Nothing can slow you down. Nothing can stop you from thriving because you have the DNA of divine, of God in you. And you have the power to live above every limiting force. Whatever you can conceive in your mind, you can bring into being. Because again, you have those qualities, those attributes of divine to do that. And what our lessons here remind us of is that ability, that thing we have been created with, to activate it. We talked about a seed being dormant. We are learning to activate it, to sow it in fertile grounds and water it and watch it grow. So imagine a single seed, quiet and simple. It carries the universe's potential within it. Again, don't take granted those thoughts when they come to you, those ideas, those dreams, those imaginations. They're dreams. All it needs is to be nurtured. Because here we're telling you it carries a potential beyond what you can think or imagine. And that potential is the universe's God's potential. It's divine. And that said, it's a symbol and a reflection of the power within us. Like the infinite well of love that Louise here talked about, deep at the center of our being is an infinite well, is deep within there. Is deep within the seed. Is deep within those ideas. And that's why we always want to remind you of your divine connection. And because of this divine connection, you have access. Those attributes, those power of divine, you can manifest it. Every thought, every dream, every idea, they're divine. They are seeds. How are you carrying out or nurturing these seeds? Because when we do that nurturing properly, with care, these sparks of divine, these seeds can become bigger. That's why people have visions, and they find that as they begin to walk, explore, and process the vision, nurture their vision, they find out that the vision is beyond them. And our minds are like gardeners, planting seeds with thoughts, watering them with our beliefs, and harvesting them with actions. These seeds of potential wait for us to bring them to life, to turn silent promise into reality. It's always a process. It starts with, I have a dream. I have a desire. I have a talent. I have an inclination. I have a thought. It just occurred to me to do this. Smile and it will be smiled at. They're all seeds. You sow, you reap. So we all have this divine capacity to plant seeds of change and innovation. Which area of your life do you need a change? You can plant a seed. Towards that, we can create a future that is shaped by our intentions. There are seeds. You want a different thing, fill your thoughts with the thoughts of the thing you want, and begin to nurture it. And you find that the seeds will grow. And what these seeds are, they're on tap. They're always ready to manifest the reality that we imagine. You have thoughts of healing. Begin to sow seeds of healing. Sow into your consciousness words, healing thoughts, healing energy, and nurture it. It will grow, it will blossom. Because again, we always know we are not just passive participators in this life. We are active. We decree a thing and it shall come to pass. We say a thing because we know our words are powerful. We send our words as seeds and they will bear fruit for what we've sown it to for. So it's almost becoming that everything we do like seeds, as seeds. Today, choose to plant great thoughts and embrace our unlimited potential. It's just so wonderful to know that my thoughts are seeds. And if I create an enabling environment for those thoughts to thrive, they will blossom and yield returns, fruits. So we want to invite into our awareness and realize this power, this potential that we have, these various types of seeds that we have that we can grow, we can nurture to bring about a future that we want for ourselves. And the question here is, your seeds are ready. Are you ready to nurture those seeds? What is holding us back from planting those seeds, from stepping out, from your dreams? You had a dream a few years ago, you've been wanting to step out into something. What is holding you from nurturing those seeds? From watering them, from watching them, go tending them? Are we all ready to let our seeds blossom, grow? And again, to live this empowered life, we always talk about living the empowered life. We want to sow seeds of transformation in the fertile soil of our minds. We are here for empowered life, transform lives for empowered living. If we want to live the empowered life, we have to sow seeds of transformation. What are these seeds of transformation? Make out time to listen to things that give you life and learn to practice it. We always talk about practice. Create a time for quiet moments. Be in the moment. These are environments that would help nurture the seeds of transformation to grow and to blossom. We will tend to our inner garden, guiding each seed toward the light. That's what we do. That's what the teaching is all about. And we will also understanding that every moment for us is a chance to nourish these seeds, these ideas. Because we always know that even as we make up our mind to do this, we've said it earlier, the universe, all it does is just, it responds to us. It responds to your thoughts. It responds to every action that you place in the hands of the universe. All it does is to respond. It just does the errand for us. The universe is constantly cheering us to evolve, to reach our new heights. Somewhere it says, the thoughts that I have for you are thoughts of good and never of bad, to give you a hope and a future and to bring you to an expected end. These are the thoughts of the universe for us, to move us from good to greater good, always. A quote from Mashona. It says, when the seeds are ready to grow, they shed everything that hinders their ascent. So how the seeds are ready, they break off the weights like seeds that are planted in the soil, they're forging up, they're clearing this weight of the earth and all that, and they're piercing forward. What is trying to hinder us? In this teaching, we know we want to put away all things that slow us down. Everything that hinders us from becoming what we have come here to do. We also have the power to clear those things off our mind. Negative thoughts, bad news, we know we can put those things off. We always talk about the affirmative treatment, a way of ridding ourselves of every negativity and replacing it with thoughts that are positive and great and good, lovely, pure, right. And another way of ridding ourselves of those things that want to slow us down, we've talked about it before, is by creating new moments, being in the moment. Because we know there's enormous power, so much power in the present moment. There's so much alignment with divine. There's divine flow. We are dovetailed with divine in the present moment. There's clear channel. There's access when we are in the moment. Our seeds thrive in new moments. So that's another way of us getting rid of things that slow us down. From thriving, from blossoming. One quote again from Ernest Holmes. He says, the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. This sentence suggests that the idea that all the potential of a vast forest is present in the simplicity and compactness of a single acorn. Just a seed, a thought, a dream, a business idea has the potential to outlive you. We've had ideas, thoughts that, if we had known, if we followed through, probably would have been something great. But again, the only time we have where there is so much power is in the present moment. Now is always the acceptable time to start anything. It's never too late. So it means that every individual contains within them the potential for greatness, and that every small action or entity contains within it the seed of great outcomes. I just like to think or know that within me there is so much power for greatness. I am a walking dynamite, full of power, full of potentials for greatness. I have it within me. You have it within you. Like I said earlier, our gifts, our talents will always make ways for us. That is the divine in us. So how are we exploring and using that talent, that seed that we have? Again, a quote from the scriptures, Galatians, it says that we reap what we sow. And from this, I want to bring out the element of patience for our seeds to thrive. So let us reflect on the patience required when we've sown into something deeply meaningful. You've sown your seeds, you're doing your affirmations, your treatments, you're focusing on seeing the good in the situation. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You're creating the best moments, you're creating the quiet moments, you're being in the moment, and you're still holding on, trusting for a manifestation, for a demonstration. What do we do after we've done all this? We have to still keep our focus on seeing the good all the time. Whatever it is we are trusting, we have financial support, or we love, kindness, forgiveness, patience, whatever it is we invested in relationships, we still are wanting to be patient for those seeds to thrive in its patience, in its time. There's often a quiet season of waiting for the harvest of our efforts. And during this time, it's not uncommon to feel discouraged, or you're tempted to give up on the seeds because it's taking time. You're taking time for the demonstration. But during this waiting time, the seeds are taking roots. It's taking roots within. And recall, this is the time, again, like I said, to keep our focus stayed on the truth. To keep our affirmations up, keep the positive vibes upbeat. This is not a time to, it's taking too long, I don't think this is happening. No. It's a time for you to keep your focus stayed on the truth. To see with your physical and the divine eye that all is well, and declare it. It is like when we say we are the guardian at the gate, we are guarding our heart, because you're trying to keep your focus on the truth. You're trying to guard your heart from every negativity, because those negative thoughts will definitely thwart or stop the seeds from sprouting or growing. It's not time to be anxious or wanting to control outcomes. Once you allow that to happen, it may abort the demonstrations that we are waiting for. And it's time for meditation. It's time for quietness. It's time for being still and discovering the deep things and the treasures within. We've sown the seeds. We need patience, time for it to sprout, to blossom. So what do? We keep on with our quiet time. We keep on with our meditation. We keep on seeing the good and the God in all situations. We keep our profession, our affirmations high. It's well. It's definitely turning out. It's working out for my own good. In all this, only good would come out of. We keep our thoughts, our everything positive, because these are things that nurture the seeds to sprout. We also will remember to pause and refresh and have faith that what we are waiting for will definitely come to pass. This is not a time for helter-skelter. This is not a time to, this is not working out. I don't think I can hold on. I may have to do it again. No. I give a little story. There was a young boy, he had eagerly taken on the project of cultivating corn. He described how he meticulously prepared his small garden and diligently monitored the seeds every morning and afternoon for signs of growth. After a little while, he became impatient and he started to question whether they would ever sprout. A little moment of exasperation, he went and dug up the seeds. And when he did that, he discovered that they had started to germinate. But he was not patient enough to wait for it to germinate. And he, of course, destroyed or killed his seeds. There's always a time, a waiting time. And like I said, this waiting time, what do we do? That's a very important thing that always happens to us. Sometimes we lose hope. We lose hope almost the time. Like they say, the darkest period of the night is just at the nick of time when it's about to sprout, you lost hope. So we want to always be patient, keep our focus on the truth, and resist digging up our seeds. We also want to remember at this time to trust the process of life and divine order of things, and know that everything is working out for our own good in all situations. And just to know that the universe has our back and divine right action is taking place. Okay, and again, ours, when we sow our seed, is to remain steadfast and keep our gratitude up there. I mean, we say gratitude is causative. We're grateful and trust the process of life in all things. Again, while we are waiting for this, we want to also know that the universe assures us that they will produce if we don't give in to doubt or impatience. We don't want to also refuse any negative seeds and automatic negative thoughts. They just come. And we learned how to rid ourselves of these negative thoughts. Get out of here. This is not what I want to dwell on now. We have these voices that are trying to keep us from our expansion. Oh, you've tried it before. You will never be successful at that. Those things do not have any divine standing. No, when you are in the present moment, past does not affect your future. Sometimes we even hear people or the media telling us what we can become. How do you get rid of those thoughts? Those are negative seeds that would slow or stop our seeds from sprouting, and how we are not going to accomplish our dream. Through this teaching and every time, we know how to rid ourselves of these things. It may even be experts that have said, oh, you're sick, you can't get out of this. Those, they're facts. But what does the truth say about you? When we hear all those things, they can bring fear and worry. They are negative seeds. If you dwell on them long enough, they will take root and become reality. We want to guide our mind and be the guardian at the gates. We're talking about watching our seeds planted and nourishing it with everything, creating the right environment for it to thrive. In creating this right environment, we have to be mindful of what we hear, what we see, where and where we get ourselves into. We have to really be selective. If that seed is negative, discouraging, bringing fear, pushing you down, don't give time for it. Just nip it in the bud and walk away. Don't let it take its roots in you. We should learn to say things like, no thanks, If you need to say it out, you say it out. I refuse that seed. I refuse those negative thoughts. I'm not letting that defeat take root in my soil. You're moving to a different city, and they say, oh, it's a tough place. Do you dwell on that? Or do you know you're an embodiment of the divine? And anywhere you locate, there are places you say things, wherever I come, the divine comes with me. Wherever I set my feet, you receive the success that flows with the divine, goes with you everywhere you go. There's so many things you want to get into business or do something, and people, oh, I tried it, it didn't work. Yes, you tried it didn't work, but I'm the completeness of divine. I'm divine, I'm whole, I'm complete, I'm prosperous. I have everything within my hands to create wealth. I can do it because I have the power within me to do it. This is the kind of authority that we will, because we have the completeness of God, the universe, and all its attributes we can manifest wherever we are. So we want to treat those words like a breeze that just passes by without moving anything. Okay, good riddance to bad rubbish. This is not what I want for my life. And you declare what you want for your life. Declare that your seeds are prosperous and you watch them to grow. Because something that happens anytime is that once you begin to process any of those words, what if I move here and this happens? What if my business fails? What if I go to this city and it chews me up? What if I plant this seed here and, like I said, it won't prosper, it won't grow? Once we begin to let that in, then definitely those things will begin to grow in our mind. So we have to tune out all the negative, can't do it, not able, never going to happen, limiting words. We have to tune all of that out because they are not enabling environments for our seeds to thrive. We have to listen to things, join groups, or listen to meditation, listen to lessons that will always give you the positivity, water and nurture your seeds in the right direction, and stay focused. And definitely, our seeds will bring forth the desired fruits or returns. So I want us to know we all have these seeds, our thoughts, our ideas, our dreams. The universe is always trying to prompt us in the right direction. We want to be sensitive to those promptings. They are seeds, they are divine ideas, and they have the potential of growing when we nourish it properly. So we want to stay charged, we want to stay focused, and remember, there's one divine thing about every one of us. You are unstoppable. Nothing can stop you from manifesting the divine that you are. So we want to invest and nourish our seeds and see it blossom. The only right time to start is now. There is so much power in the present moment. The acceptable time is now. Those ideas are waiting for you to move. And just like Ernest Holmes says, life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. Our seeds are waiting to be activated, to be nurtured. What are we going to do? Are we going to leave it dormant? That seed has so much potentials within. So we want to always watch our seeds, be mindful of them, and watch them grow. We have every potential to be greater than what we are now. So thank you all for listening and being part of this class.